let's look real quickly at framing methods. And basically, I want to talk about platform framing and balloon framing. So when we're talking about framing with wood, this is the skeleton of the house. This is really the structure of the house, and we're going to stick the skin on top of this. And the skin will do some work too, but primarily this is the skeleton. There is an, call it old-timey way of framing. Framers used to use this 150 years ago, and it's called balloon framing. And in balloon framing, the studs run the full height of the wall. Even if it's a two-story house, those studs go all the way up. Now, the main disadvantage of that is that if a fire starts down here in the bottom, there are no fire blocks. There's nothing to stop the fire from going all the way up the wall like a chimney and catching the whole house on fire. So that's why we don't use it anymore. You can see this is an illustration from a historic style book. Balloon framing all the way up. Platform framing, which we'll look at next. There are separate floor platforms for each story of the house. You can see that here. With platform framing, you make the studs, then you stop, then you build a platform for the second floor and some more studs, and so on and so forth. You can see a section view here in this drawing. In the platform framing, you can see that the studs sit on top of the floor plate, whereas over here at the balloon framed wall, the stud just goes all the way up and the floor platform sticks onto it. So that's platform framing. There's a style, an old style called Postandbeam, where you have larger posts with beams sitting on top of them. And beautiful houses are made with timber framing, where these joints are fitted together. At these corners, that's where the loads are carried. It's beautiful joinery. The wall studs don't do anything but support the sheathing. And then finally, there's a style of framing called advanced framing. This is fairly new. It was developed by the Home Builders Association, and the idea here is that you use less material, less wood in framing, and it's very carefully thought out how you meet the walls at the corners and just how you frame those corners. And if you are in the Sustainable Building Systems class, I think we might talk about advanced framing in that class a little bit.